Alright, so a couple videos ago I had shown you guys, or I was going to show you guys what I carry as far as tools on all the tractors. It's a perfect opportunity to make this video just because I want to clean out some of the toolboxes. They're filled with junk. If I wasn't on YouTube, I probably wouldn't bother with this, because what happens with a lot of guys, I'm guilty of this. You need something out in the field, or you think you're going to need something, you throw it in the toolbox, whether it be supplies or bolts or clips. Hang on, there's cats fighting back here. All right, so anyway, the toolboxes just accumulate junk. You throw stuff in, you think you're going to need it, and there it sits for the next 3, 4, 5 years. And probably that's what I would do, but I figured this would be a good time just to do a video. We'll just start right down the line. The Super C has the toolbox under the seat. I don't think there's very much in that, so we might pass over that. I had cleaned that out, and it's basically just, there might be a clevis and a hitch pin. I know that one's empty. The 395 I actually bought. I bought that. It's just a little small toolbox. I think it was a Tractor Supply special because it does not have one on it. There's no place on it. It doesn't have the under the step toolbox on it, and I haven't figured out where to mount it yet. I'm still trying to figure that out. There's just not a good place to mount a toolbox with the loader being on and everything, so we'll have to come back to that. So that leaves us with the 685. That toolbox is kind of a mess, so let me roll my cart over here and take everything out and set it on the bench. All right, guys, well, you probably wouldn't know it if I didn't say anything, but it is about a week later from the first part of this video to now. I got called away making the last video, and it's been a week till I got to do this, so I finally want to get this done and get this footage uploaded and out of the queue here, so to speak. So the 685 now, this is all in that toolbox right here, the step toolbox. You can see what's left, maybe. Let me turn my light on. All right, so it's just hay, dust, and dirt. It's about 1/4 inch of just dirt. So I want to clean that out and go through these tools here. So come back with you here in a second. Okay, so the 685 pulls the sprayer. The sprayer has its own toolbox, so that helps. I don't need as many tools on the tractor. And in the sprayer toolbox is, I probably won't do a video on it just because it's buried back there. It's the typical things you're going to find in a sprayer toolbox. A lot of water pump pliers, a lot of vice grips, a lot of adjustable wrenches, screwdrivers, a couple nut drivers. I think there's a 1/4 inch drive set in there for the clamps. That seems to work the best. A lot of sprayer parts, screens, all that kind of stuff, washers, O-rings, the whole 9 yards. So that toolbox is jam-packed. And it's basically just what you need for a sprayer. The 685 also pulls the hay bind sometimes. The New Holland 489 that I have, that 489 also has a toolbox in the back. And in that toolbox in the 489, I have the tools to replace guards and knife sections. And that's about it that's in there. So we have that. I also pull the hay rake with this tractor and the hay tedder. So for those, you're just going to need the basics, I guess. So we don't need a whole lot of stuff. So you need a hammer, of course. I carry a hammer in every tractor. This is an old hammer. I think it belonged to my great uncle. Been using it in every tractor. I think this was in my 544. Really like these old tools. Real heavy duty for the age of it. And we just have some vice grips here. We got water pump pliers, 2 different size adjustables, wire cutters. I'm not sure I need those. I don't know why they're in there. It might have been from an electrical project. I might take those out because I think there's a set in the sprayer toolbox for cutting like any type of zip ties or anything. I got a little chisel here. A little punch. This came with the tractor. This was in the toolbox, so I just left it there. I guess it's all right for cutting twine if you need to. The screwdriver selection's a little sad. We've got 3 different flat ones and then 1 Phillips. And you know what? I had an all-in-one screwdriver in there. The goal was to just carry 1 screwdriver, so it was like a 10-in-1. and I don't know where that got to. I'll have to find that. This is why I'm doing this. I'm taking inventory. Some wrench, just basic wrenches. I have 9/16, 2 1/2-inch, 7/16, 2 7/16, and a 10 millimeter. I use a 10 millimeter from time to time. Some basic 3/8 sockets, a pair of rusty pliers that aren't going to do anybody any good. Some miscellaneous hardware. And I don't even know what I would use any of that for. Probably the time I take it out. This was probably on the sprayer that got thrown in the toolbox. Some clips here, more clips. This is the 3-point top link. I don't think I need to drag that around because I'm not using the 3-point. And a hitch pin. I don't like this style of hitch pin. They're too long. I like the shorter the better on account of haymaking. You're not dragging hay through the field, so probably don't need to carry that. I could use it for the wagons. Maybe I'll keep it on. I'll just keep it as a spare for the hay wagons. And a round file. I'm not sure how that got in there either. So, all right, and a bunch of rags that have seen better days. I have new rags. We're going to throw out the old and start 2019 with some fresh rags. This, I don't know where this came from either. Where did this come from? Oh, this came with the Farmall 560. This was the key to start it. This is what the guy used to jump start it because there was no key switch. He would jump the solenoid with this wrench. So that was in the 560. I've since put a key switch in. That doesn't need to be in this toolbox either. So I'll have a little more room, and it'll probably accumulate through the year. So I'm going to clean this out and clean all the dirt out of it, get it swept out. I have seen some guys take a rubber inner tube and cut it to size and stick it in there just kind of as a rubber liner to keep some of the dirt out. But then if you are out in the weather with it and it rains, it's just going to sit in there and rust everything. There's holes in the bottom to let the water drain through, so we're going to keep it that way. So, all right. Toolbox number 1, I will come back with you with the next one. All right, might be a little dark, but this toolbox was so full I was having a hard time shutting the lid. Now we have plenty of space, so much better. All right, so a lot of guys asked me about this toolbox here that I had put on the Farmall 560. A lot of guys asked where it came from and that kind of stuff. This came from Tractor Supply in the winter time last year. Or 2 years ago, I can't remember, but it was on the discount rack. They originally $18.99 or something like that. This was in the back of the store with all their discount stuff for $9.99. So it is metal. It's a good size, and for $10, it looks great on this tractor. So of course I was going to buy it. This does not have much in it at all. You can see I don't like where I mounted it. You can't open the lid all the way because of the oil dipstick there. I may change this eventually. But anyway, I bought this, and I didn't put much in it because I didn't use this tractor very much. What's actually in here is the stuff to re-bleed this and try to get the fuel system going again. We just have some rags, some rubber gloves, an adjustable wrench, of course, and all that's in the bottom is a thing of starting fluid, and that was there from before I got the glow plugs working. So I don't need that starting fluid. You don't use them both at the same time. And I think I can finally, maybe I'll wait till spring and see if this is going to work now. I didn't get to use it much. It should work. I might as well just put some tools in here that I'm going to need. So we can do that. But yeah, we can get that can of ether out of there. We don't need that anymore. And we can get some tools in this box. And of course, I just got another phone call. Something I gotta deal with now. So all right. So this doesn't take 2 weeks to do this video. The 986, this toolbox was on here when I bought the tractor. I was very glad that it was on. And this has the most tools in it. This has the most. This has hammers, vice grips, adjustables, needle nose, screwdrivers. There's a full set of wrenches from 1/4 inch up to 1 1/4 inch. There's a pipe wrench, pry bars. This has the most tools by far of any of the tractors. Just because, for one, it's a bigger toolbox. You can store more stuff. And also, I'm pulling different equipment. I'm pulling the baler, I'm pulling the hay bind, I'm pulling the manure spreader. I was doing a little bit of tillage the first year I started, fixing some ruts. You need some wrenches to change teeth. Just a whole variety. Boy, I wish I could had time to lay everything out on the bench here. we'll get to that. But I also put my hay moisture tester, that probe tester also fits in here. And right now, the way it is now, I can't get fitted in here. So I'm going to have to clean this out. So we may come back to this, but this has, I mean, I have a utility knife for if I need to cut some baler twine, some rubber gloves. There's nothing really special. It's just kind of the basic tools, but it's more complete. This has more of the complete set. This has the full set of wrenches. I don't carry any sockets on this tractor, any type of ratchet, half-inch drive or anything, just because there's a full set of wrenches on here. So I'll have to do that another day, but I'm not going to drag this video on any longer. When I had my Massey combine, that had probably the most complete set of tools on any one machine, just because it's a combine and there's a lot of moving parts. You need a lot of tools for a combine. So that was a pretty big toolbox. I mounted it right behind the seat where the rear window is. There's a little flat ledge there. I just put some self-tapping screws down through and just filled it, put everything in. And that was a mistake, because when you are working on something and you need something, you kept having to climb up into the cab every single time because you couldn't take the toolbox out. Most guys will set them like inside the door. That would have been a better option. But all right, I'll end the video there, guys. I'm sorry again, but I got stuff to do, so I'll come back with you another day. Thanks for watching.